Okay, we're going to start trying to wrap up now, so let's do 3 or 4 more in the middle there. Thanks.
Dominic Reynolds, 5 News. Jose, you've said today that you've changed as a man. Now that you've been asked back, do you think that Roman Abramovich was right to let you go the first time?
I think I answered before. We decided together. We had a fantastic period in here. Stays for history. Mr. Abramovich bought the club. A couple of years later, Chelsea champion. So I think is fantastic for owner. You know, I think bought the club 2003, I believe, and we were champions 2004, 2005. So I think was the best thing that could happen to a recent owner. The fans were waiting for that for around 50 years. And for me, a young manager just arriving for the first time in a football country like England, to arrive and to win it in the first season was fantastic. So we had a fantastic period. We had a mutual decision, no regrets, and I think was a fine decision for both.
Okay, we'll go over to the far side, and then if we can go into the middle there at the back with a hand raised.
Jose, Chris Legg from BBC London. The only team with the same manager from last time when you were here are Arsenal and Arsene Wenger. You said you're pleased that Arsene's still there. When it comes to pushing you for the title, how close do you think Arsenal can be involved in that race?
I'm happy he's there, of course I am. If he's there, it's because he wants to be and because the club wants him to be, and also the fans and the players. So if they are together and stick together, I think is fantastic. And by not winning a major trophy in the last years, I think shows even better how connected they are, and I'm more than happy with that. I think it's a great example for a football club. So I'm more than happy. So
let's go in the middle there. Yeah.
Boa tarde, Zé Mourinho. Rogério Azevedo, Jornal da Bola. Como já dissemos aqui algumas vezes, hoje é dia 10 de junho. Eu gostaria de saber se poderia confirmar que Paulo Ferreira e Hilário não ficarão na equipa e se será de facto a primeira vez que vai treinar uma equipa sem nenhum português.
Não posso confirmar. Não posso confirmar, mas o Paulo acho que é já do conhecimento público, depois que terminando o seu contrato e tendo uma carreira lindíssima aqui no Chelsea desde 2004 até agora, achamos todos que chegou o momento depois de deixar de estar contratualmente ligado a nós e pensar noutra carreira. O Hilário vamos ver o que sucede, e o facto de possivelmente não ter nenhum português na minha equipa, nem tinha pensado nisso, nem é um problema para mim, nem terá nenhuma razão especial por trás se isso vier a acontecer.
Mas não pensa poder vir a contratar nenhum português, outro.
If we could just wait for a translation first, sorry.
The question was whether or not the fact that Paulo Ferreira isn't necessarily going to stay here in Chelsea is something that Mr. Mourinho could confirm, and also whether or not the fact of not having a Portuguese member of his team was something that he had thought about. The answer is that Paulo is finishing his contract. He's been here since 2004, and now it is maybe time for him to think about something else. We will see what happens. Mr. Mourinho hadn't necessarily thought about the fact that there isn't a Portuguese member of the team, but does not think that this is something that he needs to particularly dwell on.
Desculpa, poderá haver algum outro português, alguém que joga em Portugal em quem o José esteja interessado?
Não me parece.
Sorry,
No, I was asking if I'm thinking about buying a Portuguese player or somebody that is playing in a Portuguese club, and I was saying that's not in my mind.
Okay, second row, yes.
José, boa tarde.
Olá,
Temos vivido aqui um ambiente de felicidade das pessoas com um sorriso no rosto e com alegria do regresso do José Mourinho. Quem viveu por perto este último ano sabe de tantas mentiras e tanta coisa que foi dita contra o José Mourinho. A minha pergunta é, como é que se sente o José Mourinho depois daquilo que passou o ano passado e vivendo este ambiente que se vive aqui?
Eu estou, como eu dizia antes, eu estou contente por regressar a este clube, a esta liga, a esta cidade. Estou contente, mas a experiência no futebol tem-me ajudado muito a controlar as emoções melhor, mesmo na hora da grande vitória, um passo atrás e tranquilizar, na hora da derrota, um passo atrás e não deprimir. Portanto, eu acho que este equilíbrio é o equilíbrio que vem da experiência, e por isso eu dizia atrás que é muito mais fácil agora para mim, depois de tantos anos e depois de tantas experiências vividas, ser uma pessoa melhor preparada.
So the question was that here there's a very positive atmosphere, people smiling, happy to see Mr. Mourinho back here. After everything that happened last year, the question was, how did he feel about this? The answer, happy to be back in this club, in this league, and in this city. And after the experience that he has experienced over the past years, he feels he's better able to manage his emotions, to be calmer when it comes to a victory, and also to be less depressed when it comes to defeat. So this experience has led him to be able to better manage these emotions.
Okay, Frank Buizen, Belgian newspaper, het Nieuwsblad. What do you intend to do with the young Belgian talents as Kevin De Bruyne and Romelu Lukaku?
First of all, I want to meet them, and I think it's fair that the players are the first ones to know about their future, and to know about their future by their manager and by their club, and not by the media. So I'm not just speaking in relation to Kevin or Romelu. I'm speaking generally. I had the chance to speak with some of them, some others I didn't. I need my time, I need to speak with them, I need to meet them, I need to feel, and we need all together to make a decision which is the best decision for me as a manager, for the players, but especially for Chelsea, because as I was saying before, Chelsea is much more important than me, is much more important than the players. But because you are Belgium, and I don't want you to go home without a little answer, I can say that they are the profile of player Chelsea invested a lot in the past, and I think is my work, and I think is my contribution to extract the best out of that investment. And I think both of them are ready to come and are ready to be part of our squad.
And also in the case that they...
That's another question.
That's not...
Okay, let's,
it's allowed?
we need to just get around the room and finish
I
off.
gave you a good
Thank
answer.
you. Let's come down to Neil at the front, and then the gentleman with his hand raised at the back.
Jose, for Sirius XM today, in that first press conference, you also said that you wanted to change the identity of Chelsea. You wanted the identity to be winners. The club has gone on winning, along with Manchester United, more than any other club ever since. What have been the qualities that have brought that to the club? And in the last year, 2 years, it hasn't competed last season for the major titles. What needs to be done to get it back to winning the major titles?
You know, I think I come into different periods. When I come, I think Chelsea needed that. Chelsea needed the last push in the direction of a of the trophies, in the direction of success. New owner, big investment. The media age of the players were perfect for that jump of quality. And I felt in my first approach that the squad and the club needed that direction. And I think we did it well by winning, and probably, I don't know, I'm not the best person to judge it, but probably even after my departure that that base stayed in the club and probably helped them to reach more success in the future. If that happens, I'm more than happy, and if that happens, I think it's the job of a manager to work not just focused on what you do when you are here, but should be also focused in the contribution, the legacy you leave in relation to the past, to the future. This time I arrive, and victories and silverware is nothing new in the club. The club is a Champions League winner. The club won, after my time, won again the Premier League, won again more FA Cups. I'm not sure if any League Cup arrived or not, but the club was in the top and getting trophies. And I think in this moment is moment for a complete different approach, not losing my nature, which is the nature of the club too, because that nature of trying to win is not just my nature. The club is showing that is also the nature, and Mr. Abramovich too. So I think we are all prepared for a different era with a different profile of team. And as I was saying before, more than happy. My fingerprint has to be, because a football team without the fingerprint of his manager is never a football team. Looks like, but is not. But the club has an identity, and we want that identity also even more and more present.
Okay, we've just got time for the last two questions. Thank you. One at the
Okay.
back there.
Thank you very much, Jose. It's Luis Restrepo from DirecTV, Sky Latin America. You have said, and you don't like to make comments about Benitez team, and you just said that the team has to have the the signal of the manager. My question is, in which areas are you going to improve this team? Do you think that you need more attack? Maybe you need to have better defense in the future, or even a bigger squad, because Chelsea sometimes don't have enough players to replace the one that they are injured, for example?
I have to start working with them. Even the players that I've worked with, even the ones that I think I know them in every aspect, even these ones, they are not the same. They change. Time change people, time change players, time change qualities, improving some and losing others. So even that group of 5, 6 boys from my time here, I need to meet them again. Imagine the others. I think I know them because I watch them on TV, I don't know, 20 times every season minimum. I think I know them, but I don't know them. I only know them when I meet them. I only know them when I work with them. So that's the first time of the job. The first time of the job is not to arrive here and to say, Mr. Abramovich, members of the board, I need some money with a lot of zeros. I need to change half of the team. We need to move these ones. We need to buy these ones. In this moment, we have already 60 players, because in the last 2 days were 20 new buys on the media. No, it's the other way. I have to start by knowing the players, by working with them, by not committing injustice, by being fair with them, give them the chance, and after that, we will have time to make to make decisions. As I was saying, a couple of new signings, that's normal, that's current practice in every club. But the main objective is to know them and to improve what we have.
Okay, and the final question for today, yes.
Tim Lee, Premier League Productions. Jose, you've won, amongst other trophies, 2 Champions Leagues at 2 different clubs and 7 league titles across 4 countries. What, if any, in your opinion, are your weaknesses as a coach?
Well, if I speak about my weaknesses, I have to say that I try to improve them. And I have to say that you don't speak about your weaknesses with your enemy. And my enemy tomorrow is reading papers. My enemy is watching television now. So I think one of the great qualities in a team is that we hide our weaknesses. Every team has weaknesses. Every manager has, every player has, and we have to try to hide. So if we have to try to hide, I'm not giving that chance for the enemy. When I say enemy, with all the respect, because in sports, the enemy is not really an enemy. But I keep for myself, but I know my weaknesses, not much, not many, and I try to improve and hide.
Okay, thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.